Hello everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. God damn it, man. The league's been postponed further. I don't know what to do now because I've been writing counting down to May 9th, assuming that was when the league was going to return again and I would finally have it's annoying, okay? It's annoying, but the German government have decided that it's a good idea to postpone the league. It might return on May 22nd, which is why I put it on the banner there. Bundesliga. Wow. Oh my God. I just woke up and I don't know how I pronounced that wrong, but it's prompting me to fix it. But the league has been postponed even further. That's just really not good because we've all been anticipating for this return. The thing is, if the Bundesliga returns first, it's going to make a buttload of money, which is why they're pushing for it to return first. I think it would have been safe. I don't care. Look, it's only 300 people needed per game. If all 300 of those people take tests maybe twice a week or once a month, twice a month, whatever it may be, and they find out that they're negative and they keep themselves isolated. The camera crews of each company keeps themselves isolated. I think we would have all been in a better situation, and no one would have to be looking at people getting infected. But now it looks like it's been permanently postponed, which is very, very, very much annoying. I really hate the fact that we have to wait another whole month, man. I was anticipating for it to be 9 days. I was counting down the amount of days, and now it's going to be another 20 days or so before the league returns again. And that's going to piss me off. That's going to get in my head every single day. Yeah, it's a long time, okay? It's a long freaking time. It's almost 3 weeks. 3 weeks of waiting, man, waiting. It's not even confirmed that it's May 22nd, but it's speculated, which is what I hate. When I was telling everyone, or not telling, I was, sharing the news with everyone that it's returning on this date. I was assuming that it would. I was assuming that it would return on May the 9th. And now it's pushed back even further, which hinders a lot of what I was trying to do with not only with the channel, but I was trying to now it's not happening, is it? I mean, look, what point do you get to where you can say, you know what, the new season is almost here? If you void the season, some people are like, void the season, but we're still going to sign all our players. Well, have you considered that we might not be able to get the transfer window? If we void the season, we won't get the transfer window. If we void the season, Serge Gnabry never scored 4 goals against our Tottenham. Lewandowski never gave 2 assists to Serge against Chelsea. Davies never happened. He never became a world-class left-back. If we void the season, Liverpool never... Well, I'm assuming if they void the season, they void the Champions League too. If we void the seasons, Liverpool never happened. They never fluke out to Atletico Madrid in the round of 16, right? If we void the season, Bayern never become one of the first few teams to get to all, group stage wins. And we've been winning every single game in the Champions League and in the league actually Leipzig, we drew to them. But we were informed, if you void the season, all of that goes out the window. If you void the season, then, Hansi Flick that can't say, I gathered 2 point in games. He can't say that because it never happened. We would remember it as fans, but 5 years from now, no one will remember. No one will care if Serge Gnabry scored 4 against Tottenham. No one will care that he scored against Chelsea. No one would even care because that's what happens when you void a season, right? You just remove it from history. You can't just write off a season from history. You can't just write off stats. Look at the Eredivisie. Ziyech. Chelsea fans are going to be ecstatic to sign Ziyech. Well, look, how many goals and assists does he have this season? None, because it's all voided. If you look up Ziyech's stats, none of that happened because the season never got completed. The same thing with the French league. I think they voided it, didn't they? I mean, it's getting closer. I mean, England might I don't think the German league will get voided. It just can't happen. The Champions League won't get voided. There's a lot of financial obligation for UEFA to complete it. It's just too much of a thing to deal with. If you think about it, UEFA are sponsored by Gatorade. I mean, my mother bought this for me. I think she's actually, as the British would say, taking the piss. She knows the Champions League not going on. Well, actually, she didn't even know. She just bought it for me. But, I mean, thank you. But still, yeah. I mean, I love passion fruit. I don't know if anyone else does. But seriously, when you void things, you have to understand that, different things also mean that you avoid it. Gnabry never scores the goals. Lewandowski never breaks or reaches the Gerd Muller goals of, I think, was it 21 in the first half of the season? Oh, God, man. And, Thomas Muller never gets close to the record assist, which is 18. So, voiding the season isn't just about, stopping players from getting the virus. It's also about, it won't just lose money. It's also about the memories, man. You lose all that. It never happens. That's the most annoying thing. This stuff would have never happened, but we know it did, but we can't prove it because the stats would just get removed, It wouldn't happen. Serge Gnabry wouldn't have this few months. Hansi Flick wouldn't have the form he's in. It just wouldn't happen. Dortmund, Haaland wouldn't get the goals. Werner wouldn't have had these goals. So why would anyone sign Werner if he never had the goals? I know it's just sentimental, but seriously, voiding the season is just not an option for me. I think we should definitely try to continue it. I think the season, I hope it returns on May 22nd. That's my thing right now. I hope it returns on May 22nd because what we need right now is clarity. That's the only reason I was so excited that, the league is finally coming back and we know the date. Not that, it might return in May. It might return in late May, early May, late June, early June. I want a date, man, which is why I just put May 22nd there because I think it's gonna have to return. There's just no justification for the German government to keep postponing it, considering they've handled the coronavirus crisis better than any other country with 150,000 cases and 100,000 cases or more. So they've handled it well, and they have a lot of recoveries, very minimal deaths, so they've minimalized the risk of it. So how come we can't have the league back? And another thing, there's a huge financial hole in every European economy because sports is a big part of every country's economy. Sports is also a part of entertaining the population or the populace. When you keep your population happy, the governments can then do whatever they want to do as long as they keep the populace happy. And that's going to be halted now because there's no football. I think sooner rather than later, you'll see, real diehard fans, the ultras start protesting this lockdown. I think people are patient now. A lot of people think a lot of people are going out, but a majority of people who are being told to stay inside and do all this crap are doing it. I haven't left my house for 4 weeks. I haven't left this. I haven't gone for a walk. My mom has gone for more walks than I have. I'm getting fat, man. I don't even see my abs anymore. I'm not gonna lie. There's actually nothing there. It's just fat. And I used to have abs. I used to, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I used to look a bit tougher. But now I don't even want to wake up. It's very sad. But, this happens, So what, ultras might start protesting. We want football back. That's the thing. If you bring football back, it's a sign that we'll get out of this, which is true. Football is the most popular sport in the world. And also, watch this. Americans will be watching it if it returns first because they'll be like, damn, man, let's watch this and let's watch some soccer. They might say that, and we might get football back in just total, man. I'm tired of waiting. I really am. It's not fun. It's really not. Waiting and knowing that, this date isn't confirmed. I'd rather have had them say this won't happen than come out and confirm that it might return on this day just for it not to. Oh my God, that's what's pissing me off. Because I wanted clarity. I wanted a specific date where I can set and go, this is where the league returns. I have it written on that board, which looks like a damn book right now, with all the things I want, right? And it just so happens that the world wants to piss me off. That Bayern kit, bro, I love this kit, man. This is the only kit I like out of the whole past 4 seasons or so. This is my favorite kit. I just love these kits. I love the color. Is this navy blue? It's just dark blue, isn't it? I'm struggling with no football. A player that is Brescia's Tonali. That would fit Bayern. You know what? But is he a DM though? I think I was having this Kimmich debate with a lot of people on Twitter. I think Kimmich would do well in a 4-3-3 with a DM like a Fabinho, like an Ndidi, like someone with a powerful force in the midfield to just cover all the mistakes, and I would be fine with that. I don't know how everyone feels about that, but I think Kimmich would do well in a 4-3-3 where he's a deep lying playmaker, him and Thiago, but they switch roles all the time. Maybe Kimmich is dropping in the right back position to create a back three, and Thiago the staggering. It would work. I think Hansi Flick has done it before actually. Kimmich has been a lone DM. It just hasn't worked with Kimmich as a lone DM. And you could play a 4-3-3 like that, and it would work because you have a powerful CDM who does all the defending pretty much, covers that back four, and then you also get the creativity and ball movement of Kimmich and Thiago, and also the tenacity of both of them to control the game. And I think that would probably work, right? And Tonali isn't that. Tonali is more of a deep line playmaker himself. He is aggressive, but just not disciplined like I want it. I want Ndidi discipline. I want Kante discipline. Someone who's by themselves and can do the job. Kante was babysitting whoever he was playing with. It's crazy. So, yeah, German football has to return first. I mean, if Germany's handled the situation better. There was a Premier League meeting today, and I think the Premier League are determined to finish the season, which could literally mean next month and the month after. So football has to return first for Germany. I think when German football returns first, and it's the only thing going on, the only sport recognizable going on, people are going to watch. It will make millions more than it would have ever made. And it will open opportunities for little teams that never really got viewed to be in the minds of people. People will know who some of these teams are. Like I would guarantee you, most Germans wouldn't know a lot of English teams, especially except the top ones, right? But now imagine those Germans only watching the Premier League. They would know these teams, which is my logic that the English and all these other countries would know these German teams, and they would watch them, and it would provide a platform for some players to even get more found out, some clubs to, I don't know. I just feel like players playing, man, would make a lot of sense. It would give the league a sense of respect when people watch and say, damn, this really is nice. When people understand German football in general, they would go, okay, they would understand where it's coming from, what it's about, instead of thinking physicality, the typical, it's not competitive, they think the Premier League is the be-all and end-all of football. It's not. Well, there's other leagues. There's, like 50 leagues all across Europe, isn't there? How many countries are in Europe? There's that many leagues. But, I mean, even the Eredivisie, although it's not like some top league, right, and teams are less, or poorer, there's still very good football in the Eredivisie. And I think the Bundesliga returning first is so important to prove that, okay, German football is there, and people would respect it more. People would respect it. Let's reach 5 likes on the video. So, yeah, I'm just tired of waiting. I really am. I'm not even at the point where I'm frustrated. I'm just bored. I'm waiting. I've seen some say they would play with face. Oh, that would be so weird, man. It would be incredibly weird. Imagine players would... Nah, come on. Like, you know how much you do on the pitch with your mouth. It would be... surprise you to close your mouth. How would you tell your teammates to move? Hey, they can run. That's how Lewandowski. Hey, toss the ball. Oh, cross. Oh, Pavard on the other side. I don't know. Davies. Oh, yeah, I'm free. No, man, it just mask. No, it wouldn't happen. Face mask isn't happening. Why do you think the French league was so quick? The French league has a thing in their rules that they can cancel the league, and the current leaders of that league would win. So that's why we can't just cancel every other league, because no other league has those rules, which is odd because France just canceled it. They didn't care, cancel. And PSG were always going to just win it, and there were a few like really clear of it. I think they were pretty much, mathematically clear of the league, and I think they would have won it anyways. I mean, logically, we all know they would have won it, right? And that made it easier for them. And the Eredivisie, Ajax usually win it, so I'm guessing, not usually, I'm not saying like because this, I'm saying in terms of also, it's usually only one Dutch team gets into the Champions League and two in the Europa League. So it's easier, or two Dutch teams get in the Champions League. It's easier to just tell them off and they play a playoff or something for the Champions League. Behind closed doors is so weird. Man City know what it's like to play with no fans. Oh, no one's there, bro. So they might just they'll gain the most out of this when football returns. The Premier League had a meeting today. I don't want the Premier League to return first. Germany deserves to return first because they've handled it better than anyone. Oh my God! Why is wow Streamlabs? Oh my God! What is wrong with it? Nah. Please refrain from spamming emojis. Streamlabs! What emojis? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, unknown. I'm gonna turn this crap off. You're going off. How can... I didn't even know that's... When did I tell it? It's not supposed to just delete comments for no reason. Jesus Christ, it's off now. Streamlabs is the software I use to stream. It's a bot, but I don't know how it just did that. It literally just went crazy, man. It literally just did. It's crazy. That's annoying. I thought I was doing something. I mean, there's a few commands you could do, like hold on, I'll turn it back on, but I'll turn off every other command it has. No caps protection, none of that. Yep, it'll come back on. It's just fixed now. I mean, if you do this and then Bayern, it should tell you who Bayern are. They're taking over the robots. I know, mods, yeah, bots. Wow, I can't believe they deleted all that, because those were some very insightful comments. View deleted message. Jesus. Bayern Munich is the greatest football club in the world, and there's nothing you can do about it, says Streamlabs. That's what I told it to do. If you do dash Bayern, it's nice. We are! Exclamation point. What is that mark? But yeah, the league being postponed. I can't wait, man. I just need it to return. Why isn't Upamecano going Bayern anymore? So yeah, I mean, that is something that... Hold on, I want to use this. Upamecano not going to Bayern. Let's talk about just a little bit of that. There was a lot of... I think there's still a huge chance we sign him, but it's looking less likely. It's looking less likely, and I don't know. It hasn't looked like it looked like it was happening for like a whole week, and then Sky reported he wasn't coming, and then I don't know. I feel like he'll still come though. I feel like there's something. Maybe next summer, but Leipzig have come out and said there's no way they'll let him go for free. So either they're sorting out a new contract for him, or and they've said they don't want to lower the release clause. So maybe we're not trying to pay the release clause. Maybe we think he's too much money, but yeah, that's Streamlabs, man. Why would it do that? But I just like the fact that you can do this in the chat. Type that, and it just shows up. It tells you who Bayern are. I enjoy that. I really do. So yeah, that's why Upamecano isn't coming. I mean, yeah, this puts a halt on the transfer window. If you void the seasons, you can't have a transfer window because it doesn't make any sense. Juliana, imagine Sane, Havertz, and Laporte. Laporte? Wait, are you a City fan? Because we're not signing Laporte. It's just not gonna happen. I just think there's no way you put Laporte. No, Laporte. No, come on. Why? That's just no. He's just injury prone. There's no logic. Why would City let Laporte go? Why would Yes, we're getting Sane and have. I mean, yeah. So like the transfer window would be halted because of this crisis. I have a video coming out later on Leon Goretzka. Hopefully everyone's ready for that. But the transfer window is going to be voided, essentially, if we void the seasons, right? Because how are you going to justify signing players that didn't really do anything this season? And also, how are you going to move money around? It just wouldn't make any sense, man. I don't think you would. It feels like people have hit the snooze on football until it returns. Fabrizio Romano interview with United Stand was very revealing. Fabrizio Romano, oh, I need to watch that. I haven't watched it, but I mean, I imagine Sancho. I really hope United don't sign Sancho. I hope it falls through on the last day. That would be hilarious. That would make me feel good. It would make me feel brilliant. I mean, I had these, man. I had this ready to go. I'm so irritated. I had this ready to go. I had this screen ready to go. I had everything ready, man. I learned how to use Photoshop and use the software more. And I was ready to do live match watch-alongs, but it just doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon. At least in the next 3 weeks for sure. He said there was deals nearly done in March before Corona. That won't happen. Like Pogba to Juventus. What? Wait, what? Nearly done in March. Oh God, man. We need this coronavirus to go, man. We just need it to go. I'm kind of tired of hearing this, coronavirus stuff. I really am. I hate it. But yeah, I mean, transfers would have to go. I mean, you can't have transfers when there's no justification to, sign a player. Ziyech never happened for Chelsea. He never was a. Why are Chelsea signing him? 40 million, isn't it? 45, I think. Like, it wouldn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense now because he's 29, he's 27, and this season never happened for him. The Eredivisie, the stats are gone. You can't tell me Ziyech had this many assists and this many goals because it's not happening. Do you think Sané will live up to expectations since he has not played a game for a season? Well, lived up to expectations? No, I think he will. I think he will. They've signed him too late. Yeah, that's true. Other leagues will inevitably return soon. Yeah, I mean, Eredivisie, like I said, isn't making as much money as I would say the top 5 leagues are. So that would, their league is easier to cancel. But you can't just cancel the Prem, Bundesliga, Serie A. Even Serie A, they're not going to cancel. They've said we're determined to finish the season because there's a lot of money there, and you can't just cancel. I mean, Ligue 1 is the least money producing league out of the top 5. And I don't think they'd be wanting to remove it either. So there's a lot of financial incentives to continue the season. And if you don't do that, I need a haircut, man. God damn, I need a barber. I am so tired of not there's no barbers open. That's the issue. Barbers open. Oh, God, man. Open near me. I really just need this stupid dumb virus to go. I do. I mean, there's a few temporarily closed though. Every single barbershop is either temporarily closed or they're just not available right now, which is annoying. Ziyech still a class player, of course. Why don't you just cut your... No, hell no. I'm not getting... No, I need me a barber. I go to a barber shop to relax, and my barbers, I mean, think about what this crisis has done to, people like barbers who just don't, who need customers to produce income. How has this affected them? Who has a higher ceiling, Martinelli or Hudson-Odoi? That depends, isn't it? I think Martinelli will reach a higher level. Just do it. YouTube tutorial. No, I'm not cutting my own hair. I care about how I look. I want to look good. So I'm not gonna cut my own hair. It's just not gonna happen. That's not happening. Absolutely not. But yeah, I think I've pretty much talked about this. I don't like talking about this lockdown anymore. I'm never making another video. If the league gets pushed back even further past May 22nd, then so be it. I mean, some leagues aren't even gonna come back till like June, so we're at least lucky. Have you got lines in your hair? I don't know what that means, but I mean, usually I get a side cut and then I get like a 1.5 up top, and then like the barber obviously takes out this little part. It's genetic. I don't understand what this is supposed to be. It's like hair that just exceeds and then just does that. I don't understand it. It's weird. Actually, it's like a little. It's like if I push my hair back, you don't see it. So it's like hair that just doesn't want to stop growing into my. I don't get it. Why does it do this? Like, it's just pieces of hair that instead of growing upwards, they grow this way. It's very annoying. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not a long hair type person. I mean, I wouldn't mind keeping this size, and getting a little bit, You know, I have wavy hair. By wavy, I don't mean good, like in terms of wavy, like it's nice. I have like my hair is grows waves easily. Let's get to 5 likes before I leave the stream, because I'll like it. Don't worry, guys. I'll start off. I always do it. Oh God, man. Why does this? But I see. I'm not excited today because I just keep thinking about this. This isn't gonna get out of my mind. I have a video coming on Leon Goretzka later on, so hopefully everyone enjoys that. I have a video. It's gonna be a good video. Leon Goretzka. Why Bayern fans hate Leon Goretzka, and I think it's something I've always wanted to talk about. I think it's gonna be entertaining. I think it's gonna be good. Do you think we can win the Champions League? We were going to win it, and I think we still will. I really just hope, because we're coming back first, right? Bayern's coming back first. You know, we were the favorites for the Champions League before this crap with the coronavirus occurred. We were favorites to win the Champions League. And what happened was the virus happened, and then we weren't favorites to win the Champions League. We weren't. And now look, we need to win the Champions League. Not only for, like, Robert Lewandowski needs to win the Champions League, because people are going to look, oh, Lewandowski, wow, he scored all these Champions League goals. How many Champions League did he win? 0. That just doesn't look good. People are really going to think Benzema was a better player than Lewandowski. The CL won't finish, you know. No, it will. I told there's a financial incentive to finish it. Also, think about it. Teams like Leipzig, Bayern especially, we were favorites to win it. We won't. UEFA isn't going to want to piss off one of their main clubs, you know. These are going to want to piss off, you know, the clubs that really produce money. And also, people aren't going to be happy if Liverpool... I don't know, man. It's just not going to look good. But the CL will return, I think, in June. Because the Champions League is easier to... You know, you could play it in a World Cup type. It's just a cup competitions. At the end of the day, you know, the Champions League is a cup. So, you know, when it returns, it's not going to be like 50 games like leagues will be. It would just be smaller. How can the CL continue if leagues are already cancelled? Well... If PSG's already and Lyon are still in the Champions League, there's still clubs in the Champions League. Just because they're French, I heard Lyon is suing. Because they end mid-table, don't they? So they don't ever. But Lyon have been crap for a few months, so I guess it doesn't matter. Who cares? Lyon, they're not gonna win against Ligue 1. PSG will play no games and they'll be thrown into a CL quarter. It doesn't sound realistic. Yes, it does. And there's such thing as training, but it's not. Who cares? If the French league decided we're canceling the league, that's not UEFA. That's not UEFA deciding to cancel the league. Well, what about Bayern Munich and the Champions League? If they decide to cancel, unless here's what they do, right? They just take this year's Champions League, you know, and they never have a knockout stage for next year. They just continue on from next year. Like this time next year should be around where the semifinals would be happening, right? You know what I mean? They just take what we have now and bring it to next year. That would probably help make more sense to me, in my opinion. It would make more sense. Let transfers happen. Let whatever happens. But the teams this year, like Chelsea, you know, would play us at the Allianz with fans this time next year. Hopefully we have fans this time next year. There's no way the virus is going to keep... come on, man. And you can't wait forever. It'll interrupt next year's. We have to start again if it doesn't. You're too Bayern. No, I'm not Bayern biased. But have you asked Man City how they feel? Have you asked Real Madrid how they feel? Have you asked Juventus, Barcelona have a game? Have you? I'm not saying it's just a Bayern thing. Also, have you asked Gatorade, who sponsored the Champions League, how they feel about paying the UEFA all this money just to not even see their product showcased to millions of fans? Have you asked UEFA how they feel about losing hundreds of millions of dollars? I mean, they're going to play it. That's the thing. They will play the Champions League. Have you asked Bayern Munich? I keep saying it because, you know, at the end of the day, UEFA have to, you know, all the clubs, I think, want to finish the Champions League. That's what the clubs associate with, people that represent clubs. They've said they want to finish the CL. It's up to UEFA now, and FIFA has given a deadline. I think it's September or August to finish the Champions League. So they have a few months. They have time. It's just they need to use that time wisely. I'm sure Gatorade want people to be alive to drink their product. Let's be honest, man. This alive crap. I hate it because it's not. It's like, yeah, the coronavirus is not good, but it's not killing millions of people. Like, you hear the media, millions of people dying, millions of people dying, millions of people dying. Where? Where is these millions of people dying at? You know, most of these people are 80 years old. When an 80-year-old dies of the coronavirus, it's not like they weren't going to die eventually. No, I'm not. That sounds bad. That sounds bad. But I'm just saying it's just not that deep. It will reach 1 million by the end. The plague definitely killed way more people than that. I mean, the plague. I have to check, man. There's no way, you know. And the Black Death. How many people did the Black Death kill? It killed 75 million to 200 million people. The Black Death. The plague killed 75 million to 200 million people. There's absolutely nothing else you can tell me. Like the plague killed that many people. It ruined. But you know, did the human race survive? And the coronavirus would kill 1 million people, and those people happen to be people with pre-existing conditions. I don't know, man. I feel like, and also those doctors, genuine doctors, coming out and saying they don't know how this lockdown is helping. They don't know, because you know, there's doctors saying they're walking into hospitals and you know they're having to check their temperature, and no patients. I don't know. Some states here in the US are locked down for no reason. I don't understand it. Doctors are dying who are treating the patients too, don't forget. Yes, it's crazy. A huge majority of people that die from this are health workers. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, there's a lot of health workers dying from this. It's about minimizing deaths. Hundreds are still way too many. Yes, there's better ways to minimize it, but there's just no way you're gonna stop the world because coronavirus. If that was the case, we should stop the world when the flu happens. I'm not saying, but there's research studies coming out and saying it's just as deadly as the flu. And how many people did the flu kill last year? That's my question. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? If anyone dies from with any symptom of the coronavirus, even if they had a mild case and were going to most likely die anyways, it's a coronavirus death. They're registering it as a coronavirus death. So someone could have just died of cancer. They had cancer, but because they also had the coronavirus, that means they just died of the coronavirus. They would have died if they had cancer anyways. The doctors but they registered as a coronavirus. In so many instances that happens. So I don't believe that this coronavirus is just like this world killer that people think it is. Like the media will love you to think that. Why? Because when the media scares you, you keep watching. You stay interactive. But I think that's the end of the stream. I think everyone's we're all happy that we're alive, but I'm more focused on the football. You know, someone told me football isn't, you know, part of life. Well, you know, it is for most people. It's their jobs. You know, there's thousands of jobs that, you know, 50,000 people work for the Bundesliga clubs collectively, or is it close to 60,000? You know, that's creating jobs for the high-paying jobs. It's not like they're just cleaners. I don't think they factor in the cleaners and stuff. It's high-paying jobs, production people that, you know, research the grass, tactical analysis on the training ground. I don't know, man. There's a lot of jobs that the football creates, right? When football returns back, economies of each countries go up. You know, people watch more, and you know, more people have jobs. That's the most important thing, right? A lot of people have lost their jobs due to this, you know, in football. And it's nice that the clubs are able to pay, but how much are the clubs willing to keep paying? And yeah, I just don't think, you know, canceling football forever, you know, is good. So yeah, I think that's the end. We could have had football back in a week. That's true. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. We're at 246 subscribers. Let's get that to 250. Oddly enough, my goal this month is 250. Yeah, but it's a new month. Hopefully everyone had a nice last month. I'll be coming out with a video on Goretzka later on, so it'll be coming out maybe in 2 hours. But Leon Goretzka, you know, it's gonna be a good video. I think it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be premiered. We can watch it together. But thank you all so much for watching. Mia san mia, and peace.